Hello everyone, we are Team Cyber Explorers at Wink Network, and today we are gonna demonstrate the risk assessment for wireless technology for business processes. And in that process, we are gonna cover Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and cellular networks, how these technologies can be exposed, the definition of this technology, and we are also going to demonstrate the possible pen test on all this technology. However, due to the hardware limitations for Bluetooth and cellular network, we are going to demonstrate the process, but without the hardware, without the necessary hardware, we won't be able to capture the real data required to complete the execution of these vulnerabilities. So to give you a better understanding, I'm going to explain a case study, a real world case study containing the same vulnerability in real business to have a good understanding of these concepts.
Now we'll be evaluating the risk associated with the use of Wi-Fi network. We'll be conducting a vulnerability assessment and penetration testing to identify and document potential threat and weaknesses on the Wi-Fi network. So let's begin. Here we check the list of Wi-Fi's available in your laptop. You can see there is a Wi-Fi name Wink Networks, but we don't know the password. So let's try breaking into the password. We open the Kali machine, we open the terminal, we put the command iwconfig, which is basically used to configure and manage wireless network interfaces. You can see the WLAN 0 information, which indicates wireless interface is in monitor mode and is tuned into 2.412 gigahertz frequency. Now let's scan the WLAN 0 information. Okay, in progress. Here you can see the details of Wink Networks along with the channel beacons and other information. Now let's put the Aerodom command, which is used to capture wireless traffic network data on channel 1 and Ethernet 0, and save it in a file name hack, as you can see here. This is basically used for Wi-Fi auditing. So this is under process. Let's wait for some time. It might take up to few seconds or even up to a few minutes. Still waiting. So more than 30 seconds have been passed. I'm assuming it might take up to a minute or two. So let's just wait. On the second screen, we can use the deauthentication method. So what exactly is a deauthentication method is it forces a device to disconnect and reconnect to the Wi-Fi, re-triggering the WPA handshake, which would be help in capturing the handshake, which is essential in cracking the WPA password. So I'm just using the deauthentication method here with the following command. And then on the background screen, we can see the Aerodom command is still in progress. Now we got the details. As you can see, we received the WPA handshake, which is seen on the top of the screen. Now we just list all the contents in the devices, and then we use this aircrack command to using a dictionary method to crack the password. So as you can see, we got the password, which is Wink Wi-Fi @123, and we try putting that password on the list of on the SSID. We put the password Wink Wi-Fi @123. Okay, and we click next, and we get connected to the internet. The vulnerability assessment and penetration testing of the Wi-Fi devices used at Wink network gave us some sensitive information, such as we are using the WPA2 router configuration settings for the Wi-Fi, and we can see that the attacker was able to get the Wi-Fi password. Now we suggested the Wink network to change their router settings to WPA3. Let's see what it would happen if they would apply the WPA3 settings on their Wi-Fi router. So let's start again. Again, you can see we're just scanning the list of Wi-Fi available in the device. You can see the Wink network, and then you can see that still we don't have the password, and we'll try breaking the password again like we did before. Now again we follow the same step, but the only difference is now we're using the WPA3 router settings. So we do iwconfig again to configure and manage wireless network interfaces. You can see the WLAN information, which indicates wireless interface is in monitor mode and is tuned to 2.412 GHz frequency. We are checking the information of interface WLAN node 03. You can see the details of Wink networks along with the beacon, PWR, channel information. Here we're following the same approach as before. Now we're just scanning the air dump, which is used to capture wireless traffic data on channel 1, and then on this interface WLAN0. But now we're using the WPA3 packets. Let's start. We're trying to capture the WPA handshake from a Wi-Fi network. Still in progress. The reason behind using the WPA3 network now over WPA2 network is this is more secure, and it becomes less vulnerable to attacks. Here you can see the level of security the WPA3 possesses. Even to get the handshake information, it is taking a lot of time. Here we can see the we successfully captured the WPA3 handshake details from a Wi-Fi network. Now we'll be using the deauthentication approach again. So basically it forces the device to disconnect and reconnect to the Wi-Fi, re-triggering the WPA handshake, which would help in capturing the handshake and is essential in cracking the WPA3 password. So the authentication method is in progress. Okay, let us try one more time the same approach, the authentication method. Under progress. Okay, now let's try attempting to crack a password using a dictionary attack. This was successful in the WPA2 network settings, but let's try attempting to crack a Wi-Fi password in WPA3 settings. Now we use the same command as before, the aircrack command, and then comparing that with the rockq.txt dictionary password file. Here you can see it showed a message that says failed to open WPA3 packet. We don't have such file or directory. We're just quitting the progress. Here you can see the reason behind failing to get the WPA3 password is that it is not yet supported with the method that we use to crack the password. Therefore, we would suggest the Wi-Fi networks and the Wink network to use the WPA3 settings on their router rather than using the WPA2 router settings. We also encourage the Wink networks to use a secure password containing list of characters, alphabets, numbers, uppercase and lowercase. So this is all for the assessment of Wi-Fi networks. Thank you.
Let's talk about what is a Bluetooth attack. A Bluetooth attack is a type of wireless cyber attack that exploit vulnerabilities in Bluetooth-enabled devices to gain unauthorized access, steal data, or disrupt communication. These attacks are dangerous because Bluetooth operates over short distances, typically from 10 to 100 meters, making it easy target in public places like cafes, malls, airport, and offices. Now there are different type of attacks in a Bluetooth. First of all, blue snuffing. The blue snuffing is an attack which objects the data theft, and it works like it exploits the object exchange protocol vulnerabilities to access files. And in this, the users are not basically notified, and users are not aware of it. Then there is a bluejacking. Bluejacking is a spam and prank because the main objective of is to send a messages to the nearby Bluetooth devices, and the user receive the message in this. But in this, the risk is very low. And then there is a blue bugging. Blue bugging is just a object to device takeover because it installs the backdoor to remotely control the device, and users are often unnoted. Then there is a blue sniffing. Blue sniffing is basically based on the eavesdropping because it captures the Bluetooth packets to spy on conversations. And in this also, the users are unaware. Now, next we talk about the blue snuffing because our today's whole project is on blue snuffing in a Bluetooth because blue snuffing is a Bluetooth security threat in which the hacker gain unauthorized access to your files using the Bluetooth connection. Basically, blue snuffing and blue jacking are the basic attacks which the attacker perform, but blue snuffing is like having a higher risk than the blue jacking. Today we are attempting the blue snuffing attack on the Kali. Kali is basically a virtual machine on which we can do the penetration testing. On any virtual machine we can do the blue snuffing, but this is most suitable for me, so that's why I'm using the Kali because it has some inbuilt function of the Bluetooth devices and we can easily connect with the Bluetooth with the help of this. First of all, we update the Kali so that if we have any new updation and or the packages, we can have that in the Kali. And then I install the Blues tool. Basically, Blues tool is a package of Bluetooth in which all the tools are available, which can help us to perform the attack. So now I config the HCI tool. Basically, HCI tool is the tool with which we can scan any open Bluetooth devices nearby. So first attempt is it shows the device is not available, so I try to locate the devices manually. Still shows me error, so I try the things manually because it have the inbuilt Bluetooth adapter. If it work, I try to pair the device. Pairing a device is a bit easy, but if it scan with the help of HCI tool and everything is already, I checked at the backend, it's installed and working properly. Still, the manually pairing shows me the missing device address, so I try to connect it, but it doesn't. So there is another way to connect the device. We can either write a MAC address of a Bluetooth, either the Bluetooth device name, whatever option it shows. So here I enter the MAC address, still showing the invalid command just because of the Bluetooth device is not connected here. Basically, we need adapter to pair the device. I try to connect manually so that we can have a pair with the device. It shows me error again and again. So now I try it on the root. Might be some of the tools only the root user can access, not the regular. So I try to enable the Bluetooth and it shows me no IP link. I configure, it still show me no installed, so I try all the tools. Bluetooth tool I have here is a spoofed off. it is working properly. It have all the things, all the description available here. Again, I'm trying to install if any packages is left of Blues tool, but it's already, I'm having the new version. Now I'm trying to do the things in the root. But it still shows me the invalid operation. So I try to connect from the another device. It's like I attached my device with this. If I have connection, I already tried on the 3 simultaneous terminal, so that one of the terminal if catch the device, but still nothing happened just because of we do not have adapter. It basically all the blue attacks need adapter. So again, I'm trying to loading the packages. And blue snuffing is one of the attack. The threat of this attack is very high, and if we lost once the attacker attack and we lost all the things just in a one click with the Bluetooth. It's setting up all the languages which help me to perform the blue attack, but still if the inbuilt service working, then I am able to do, otherwise no. It also showing that the service is disabled and static unit is not running or not starting it. I'm trying to fixing it up. Things I perform in a root user, it shows me again and again that no device is connected with this, no device available. Just because of that, I again start or scan or enable the Bluetooth, but still it's showing me the same thing. So basically I tried all the alternatives to perform this attack. It shows me all the configurations denied by the tools because there is nothing attached at the back end. Basically we need something like adapter or a service, because Kali have inbuilt adapters and somehow it work. And this is a stimulated attack, so we have restrictions. And originally this attack performed by a tool named as a blue smoothing. That tool helped the hacker to perform all the tasks very easily. Here I configure HCI and then manually add the device name. It shows me code. This code is showing just because of I do not have adapter, and if I have adapter here, after putting the device name, it shows me the MAC address of the same device. Now I'm trying to putting same thing in the root with the MAC address. If it works or not, I will see. I again start the Bluetooth first, because when I manually add the user device name, if it shows me error, basically Bluetooth again I have to enable it, disable automatically, because it's showing the error. So here I try all the alternatives and everything. It still show me the service with the SYSB script. That it's synchronizing the state of Bluetooth. Everything is installed, everything I have in Akali. HCI config is working, but still it's not giving me any outputs. If it's not working, it shows me the error and give me a message under this. I have to install this package, I have to install this tool. The manually adding the things somewhere help, because the device it's available with me. I have the MAC address, I have the device name, everything I have with me, but still shows me the same thing. So here I try all the alternatives, everything. It shows me nothing. So I try to add the MAC address, it still shows me error. So here I describe the case study which is based on the So here I describe the case study, which is basically based on the blue snuffing. It's related to the government official's phone that attacked by the blue snuffing. In 2019, a senior European government official became a victim of a blue snuffing attack while attending the high-profile public event. The attacker, likely a cyber criminal or a state-sponsored hacker, it took advantage of an unsecured Bluetooth connection on the official's mobile phone. This allowed the attacker to steal the confidential government data, raising serious concern about the national security. The scenario of the attack is like the government official was using a high-end smartphone with Bluetooth enabled for easy connectivity to the wireless accessories. The event was crowded with the multiple Bluetooth devices active in the event. The attacker sitting nearby scanned the discoverable Bluetooth devices using the laptop and running the Bluetooth sniffer tool with the help of Bluetooth adapter. The official's phone was detected as a discoverable, making it an easy target for the blue snuffing attack. And there are some method and methodology which attacker try to attempt and successfully gain the data. The step 1, it discover a device nearby. The attacker used the Bluetooth scanning tool like a HCI tool and BlueSniff to locate the nearby Bluetooth devices. Identify within 10 to 100 meters and depending on the Bluetooth class also. This HCI tool scan help the Bluetooth to enable the devices including the MAC address of the phone. Then the step 2, exploiting the Bluetooth Object Exchange Protocol. The attacker targeted the official's phone with the blue snap. The tool exploited the vulnerabilities of the object exchange and used the Bluetooth file transfer. There are some commands which run at the back end, and then victim having all the notification messages and the call logs, everything from the one click. Then there is a step third, data theft and potential exploitation. After successful snuffing sensitive data, the attacker could leak the confidential conversation, contact details for phishing, and the stolen information on the dark web. He can sell it. The attack was undetected as a government official was received no alerts, no notification. But at the end, he just did not get a lot of stuff because there is very minimal stuff in the phone of the official. The impact of the attack is that government security breaches, cybersecurity policy changes, and device audits. First of all, the sensitive data communication were leaked, which lead to the national security risk. Then the government agency issued the new guidelines to restrict the Bluetooth uses on the official environments. And then an internal security review found that several government issued devices were vulnerable to the similar attack. In this case study, we learned lessons like disable the Bluetooth in the public areas, set Bluetooth to the non-discoverable mode, use strong authentication and prevention, and then Bluetooth security setting requires a PIN authentication, keep the device updated, and then monitor the suspicious Bluetooth activities. The conclusion of this whole case study is like this real-world blue snuffing attack demonstrates that how a simple misconfigured Bluetooth setting can lead to the severe data breach. And government agencies and the high-profile individuals must enforce strict cybersecurity policies to prevent such high-end Bluetooth attacks. There are some steps to mitigate the blue snuffing. First of all, turn off your Bluetooth when not in use. Use a strong password. Do not accept unknown pairing requests. Require approval for all Bluetooth connection. Avoid pairing devices for the first time in public.
So for this experiment, we are gonna be using WSL, known as Windows Subsystem for Linux, to run the Kali OS and execute the Linux command. And we will fetch the IMSI catcher repository from the GitHub. So IMSI stands for International Mobile Subscriber Identity, which identifies each and every cellular network user with their own unique assigned code. And what we are gonna try and do is we are gonna try and host a fake base station which will force other network devices to connect to it, thinking it as a genuine one. And we will get to know the IMSI number of the connected devices on it, so that can be used to track the user information, locations, and detail. So now as the repository is downloaded, we have moved into the folder here, the IMSI catcher folder, and we will now download the required dependencies. So we are going to run this in an virtual environment of Python. So we have to download the libraries required for it. As those are downloaded now, we will set up the virtual environment to run this tool. So we are going to name our environment as IMSI -env, and our environment is being generated by Python. And now we have to source it to start the environment. The path is being activated, followed by the environment name. So what it does is it executes the environment and activates it, and then whatever commands we run, that is run under the Python environment. So as the environment is now activated, we will try and run the requirements file to install the dependencies for IMSI Catcher. As there is no file, we have to create the file to download the dependencies. So the command for that is nano and following the name of the file. So we would need NumPy and Matplotlib and such more libraries. These are some basic requirements mentioned in the GitHub repository for the tool. As the file is ready, we will try and execute it once again. So these are the libraries being downloaded. So after these are downloaded, we will run the command. So what it will do is it will run the fake network station, network tower, to try and fetch the nearby device. But as we are having the hardware limitation, we do not have so as you can see, as we execute the command, the tool runs, but we cannot capture any data as we do not have any of the software defined radio device. So that is the tool which it is a hardware tool which is required in order to fetch or send any of the network or cellular signals to the nearby network or tower. You can say it works as a HEC-RF1 device. So that particular device is a wideband software defined radio half duplex transceiver. So what it does is it receives and sends cellular signals, which was created by Gretz Code gadgets. So we facing the limitation of that, we were not able to fetch any of the devices. But if we had that device, and when this tool is run connected with the device, it practically gives us a small fake base station which forces the nearby devices to connect to it. is the defined terminology of the cellular network, which requires the nearby devices to get connected to it, and then transmit the data going through it. So if we had any of the devices on the network, on that fake base station, so we would have the IMSI number, which uniquely identifies the cellular user, and we could track the location, listen to the conversations sent by that particular IMSI cellular device, or you can say SIM. So if any of the IMSI number is exposed, that's practically it. Um, Having the IMSI number, you can say that you got access to greater information. As for the diagram, this is the basic functionality of software-defined radio device, where what it does is it gets the radio frequency RF signals and convert those analog signal into a digital. So analog is box like flow, either it's up or down. So that's how the flow works in a box format for analog signal. And what it does is it converts the analog into digital for transmitting the data into the receiving format, for making the transmission more easy for communication and routing. As digital flow is either 0 or 1, you can say it's a binary format for digital, and that's the basic function of an SDR, to fetch these radio signals, convert it into the receiving end format, and represent it or forward it if as needed. Thank you. Moving on to our real life case study, explaining the similar the similar attack occurred with a biotech company in San Francisco between the year 2017-19. They identified this attack when they first suspected that there might be a security breach, when their competitors in the market got on hold on the information of the new product which they were about to launch. However, they did conducted an cybersecurity assessment, but the assessment wasn't much of an help at first, as there were no signs of the internal or any external invasion from any of the entity. However, when they contacted a ComSec LLC company for a technical surveillance countermeasures survey, when the survey was performed, they did identify an IMSI catcher intercepting the voice, data, and text communication by acting as a rogue cell tower in the nearby premises. This unauthorized interception allowed the company's communications to be duplicated and routed through that rogue cellular network without the detection on the compromised mobile devices or any of the devices connected to that rogue access cellular tower, which eventually led to data breach, losing the intellectual property, and the competitors got a strong hold because of this, affecting the business processes of the compromised biotech company. Coming on to our technical part, this attack, known as IMSI catcher or Stingray, exposes the 3G and 4G light cellular signals, as they do not encrypt the data while transmitting the information over the cellular towers, led to the exposure to the confidential data. and this was possible because of the good hardware device used, known as a software defined radio, as explained before in the practical part. The stronger the signals are, the better the frequency and radius of the attack area. Thank you. um, one last thing, as for the mitigation strategies, it can be highly recommended that with the latest protocols enabled and encryption in place, these kind of attacks can be neglected.